Very good evening to all of you.
Good evening, sir.
So good evening. We were discussing Act 1, Scene 1, and I hope grade 11 students now would be in a position to explain the summary of Act 1, Scene 1 very easily. From the image itself, you people can understand that what would have been the condition of the mariners on the ship. And the deadliest example is in front of us. In case if you are watching news channel, you can see what is happening all over our country. Windstorms and all. So they can cause great damage. The image, don't get confused by this image related to Act 1, Scene 1. I'll tell you why. Because students will start predicting that he is dead. He is dead. These people are dead. So sorry to say, in the entire drama, Prospero, who is responsible for these sufferings, he does not harm anyone. He does not kill anyone. But yes, he only takes his revenge. So we were doing Act 1, Scene 1.
Sir.
And I think so there are doubts coming up from this.
सर वो मैंने पिछली क्लास मिस कर ली थी सर, तो फिर उससे थोड़ा पहले का बता सकते हैं?
There is nothing to explain as such. See, this is the extract that we were doing, and in this extract, the boatswain who is taking control of the ship, he wants many of them on the ship, that is Gonzalo, Antonio, Sebastian, Alonso. He wants them to go below the decks. They are not ready to follow his instructions. The boatswain accuses them that in case if something happens, then they would be responsible. At least when he is trying to maintain the standards on the ship, though it is a tempest, no standards can be maintained. Still, there is a hope that boatswain has, because he is more concerned about himself. Gonzalo, other mariners, they are not allowing him to work. In every second minute, they come above the deck and they disturb the boatswain. They are unnecessarily abusing him. And in case if I say who are they referred to, Gonzalo is one of them, Antonio is one of them, Sebastian is one of them. They are continuously abusing him. And then when they find the mariners drunk, they are shocked that we are in the hands of drunkards. When they are unable to save their lives, what will they save? Our lives. So in the last class, we had done extracts. You can ask for those extracts. Obviously, you might be having your friends in the meeting room. Gonzalo was continuously repeating the same thing, that this boatswain will not die by drowning. He will definitely be taken to Naples and he will be hanged over there, because everyone knows that how powerful Alonso is. He is the VVIP on the ship. Then comes his son, the Prince of Naples. And look at Gonzalo, such an illiterate man. How can we expect someone to respect the people, very important people on the ship, when there is a tempest in front of us? Will you save your life or you will save others? That's the answer is clear to you. So There is a lot of thunder and lightning. There is a lot of thunder and lightning. And who is doing this? Again, the magic man, Prospero. I already told you earlier, Gonzalo, Alonso, and Antonio, they were disturbing the boatswain. And look at this, they have entered again. So from where they have come, they have again come from below the decks. They are not allowing him to work and they are irritating the boatswain. And now even Sebastian joins them, the brother of Alonso. So we were about to complete Act 1, Scene 1. Don't worry, this PDF would be posted to you in the WhatsApp group. You can go through the English explanation of it. And here we come when Antonio catches all of them as drunkards. He says that, oh God, we have been cheated because we are in the hands of these rascals who are drunk. So class, before we end Act 1, Scene 1, this is a very important extract of Gonzalo. When Antonio, Sebastian, they make an exit at the end of Act 1, Scene 1, Gonzalo says something that is actually a clear indication of seeking mercy. He is clearly seeking for mercy. This poor old courtier in Alonso's court. And what are these lines? I would request someone to read it out, please. Yes.
Gonzalo, now would I give 1,000 pounds of sea for an acre of barren land, long held down first anything. The wills above be done, but I would fain die a dry death.
Okay. So I know you people are mature enough to understand these lines. Then too, I'll explain it. Gonzalo offers prayers. Yes, obviously, the only hope is God. He says, oh God, right now I would only pray for one thing. Please, please, please take away. Please take away 1,000 furlongs of sea. Now, what does furlong stand for? This is unit. He says, please take this deep 1,000 furlongs of sea, and in exchange, just give me an acre of land. Just give me an acre of that too, barren land. What is the meaning of barren?
Uncultivated.
Uncultivated. Okay, okay.
So your water is not present.
My video is not visible.
Sir, where water is not present.
Where water is not present. Okay, okay, okay. Absolutely correct. Barren is, first of all, in Hindi, you will call it as banjar, or a land that has been affected by a natural calamity or disaster. So look at what Gonzalo is saying, that please take away 1,000 furlongs of sea, but it's a request in exchange, just give me an acre of barren land. And that would help me from drowning. He will then not drown and die. So he requests God. Obviously, we all know that destiny, in case if we are destined, Gonzalo says, in case if they all are destined to die by drowning, then no one can stop that. That will definitely happen by hook or crook, because nothing powerful than God. But he is ready to die a dry death. Now, what is the figure of speech in this small phrase, dry death? Be quick.
So alliteration.
Alliteration. But before that, you'll have to pay attention to something very serious. Someone said alliteration. Okay, fine, I'll give you marks. But more important figure of speech.
Personification. Personification.
Only 2 active students in the class and rest of them did not even try. That is absolutely correct. Personification. How can you add on adjective for a non-living thing? Dry death. A new kind of death has come into the picture, dry death. But yes, Gonzalo here refers to that he wants to die. Everyone is destined to die. Human beings are actually mortal, but he does not want to die in the sea. That's it. So this was his request. You won't believe I would be giving you 6 questions from just 2 lines of these extracts. But before we end, here we come to an end of Act 1, Scene 1. It's a request to all the students. If you have problem in any of the characters, if you have any problem in Act 1, Scene 1, then you can raise it. I'm ready to go with the flow. Tell me. Any new student, anything he wants to know.
So what is 1,000 furlongs of sea?
These are, I'll tell you. Like for example, someone says that 2,500 square feet house. So what is this? This is the unit. This is how we measure. So this is 1,000 furlongs of sea is actually a unit. Furlongs. For example, we say 1,000 kilometer. That is the distance covered. This unit is used for sea, 1,000 furlongs. Yes, next, Pranav.
So in the whole time, so where was the master of the ship?
Where was the master of the ship? He was also on board. He was also on board doing rest of the important things in which actually he is mastered. He gave the instruction to boatswain and the other mariners to take care of the masts and all, the top sail and all. Like for example, in case if we say a driver is driving a metro train, so obviously he will ask his assistants to look into the compartments. He will not be into the compartments. Next doubt. Okay. So write down another extract. Write down this extract. Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea, ... I would fain die a dry death. I would fain die a dry death. Question 1. Please do not answer it orally because I want you people to commit mistakes so that I can correct your mistakes, and this is how you would be achieving perfection. Who is Gonzalo speaking to? No one would be able to answer it correctly. 1 mark. Question 2. What do you understand by the term feign? 1 mark. Question number 3. So easy. What did Gonzalo wish? 2 marks. Question number 4. Who made an exit? 1 mark. Sorry, very tough. Question 5, where is Prospero? I want you people to write it today. Let's see what do you figure out? Where is Prospero? Because last year I entertained many funny questions. Where is Prospero? 1 mark. Question number 6. Question number 6. What will happen to the sailors? And remember this, when it comes to the sailors, whether it is Alonso or others, obviously you'll call them sailors because all of them are sailing on the ship. Now, which question is the most disturbing one? I think so, no question. So please start doing it.
So please repeat the second question.
What do you understand by the term fain? See, I'll circle it for you. FAIN. And kindly note down all the questions.
Who made an exit before this speech or after this speech?
In case if someone questions you that who made an exit, so if there are people who made an exit after Gonzalo, then you will write the names of those people. जो कि नहीं है. If you look into this, it is only written they exit. So that means they have not written any names. Obviously, you will have to write these two because there are several people who have made an entry and exit in the Tempest. And first of all, this is past tense. So ultimately, you will write Antonio and Sebastian. Made is a past form of verb. Kindly write down all the questions. I would be resharing the screen then.